This morning, when you woke up and just laid there for a second, before the day hit you, before the phone, before the noise, before all of it. That quiet moment. That in-between space where you're not quite asleep and not quite ready for the world yet. I was there, not far away, not watching from some distant place like I'm behind a window somewhere. Looking in, right there, next to you, closer than the air you were breathing. And I know you might not believe that. You might be watching this and thinking, sure, that's a nice thing to say. But I need the next 30 minutes with you, because I have something to show you that I don't think anyone has ever shown you before. I have been walking next to you your entire life. And today I'm going to prove it. My name is Jesus, and this is for you. Let me tell you what I see when I look at you. Not the version of you that shows up to work. Not the version that texts people back and says, I'm good. How are you? Not the version that smiles through things because it's just easier than explaining. I see the real version. The one that goes quiet sometimes, out of nowhere. The one that can be in a room full of people and still feel completely alone. That feeling, I know it. I know it because I felt it too. The night before the cross, I went to a garden to pray. I asked my closest friends to stay awake with me. I came back, and they were asleep. 3 times. I know what it feels like to need someone to show up and have them not show up. So when you feel that ache, that specific loneliness that has no good explanation, I'm not watching it from a distance. I'm sitting in it with you. That's not a metaphor. That's not a nice thing pastors say. That is the truth of who I am and why I came. I didn't come for the people who had it together. I came for the ones who were barely holding on. I want to tell you about a road. It was called the road to Emmaus, about 7 miles outside Jerusalem. 2 of my closest friends were walking it. And the reason they were walking was because I had just died. 3 days had passed. They had heard rumors, whispers, that maybe somehow the tomb was empty. But they didn't know what to do with that. Felt too big, too impossible. So they just walked. That's what grief does sometimes. You don't have answers. You don't have a plan. You just put one foot in front of the other and you walk. And as they walked, I came up beside them. They didn't recognize me. They were looking right at me, talking to me, and they had no idea it was me. I asked them what they were talking about, and one of them, Cleopas, stopped walking. He looked at me like I had lost my mind. He said, "Are you the only visitor to Jerusalem who doesn't know what happened?" And I said, "What things?" I let him tell me. I let him pour it all out. His confusion, his grief, his shattered hope. The thing he had believed with everything he had, that felt like it had just collapsed. I didn't interrupt. I just walked with him, and I listened. For miles. That's what I do. That's what I have always done. Later that night, when they finally recognized me, they looked at each other and said something I want you to hold on to. They said, "Didn't our hearts burn while he was talking with us on the road?" That burning, that warmth that shows up in your chest and you can't explain where it came from. I want to ask you something, and I need you to actually think about this. Have you ever been in a moment, completely ordinary, nothing special, and something just shifted? A song comes on in the car, and out of nowhere you start crying and you don't even know why. You're sitting by yourself and a thought comes. Not like your own thoughts, quieter, cleaner, more certain, and it says exactly what you needed to hear. You're in the middle of something hard and a peace comes over you that makes absolutely no logical sense given everything that's happening. That's not random. That's not your brain. That's not the universe. That's me, walking next to you on your road, talking to you, whether you recognized it or not. Your heart burned. You just didn't have a name for it. But I need to talk about the other roads too, because it's easy to feel me on the good ones. When things are going well, when prayers get answered the way you wanted, when life feels like it has a direction. But what about the roads that don't make sense? The season where everything fell apart and you prayed and nothing changed. The relationship that broke you. The loss you still haven't fully recovered from. The version of your life you had planned that just didn't happen. Where was I on those roads? I need you to hear this carefully. I was there, not causing it, not punishing you, not teaching you a lesson like some cold, distant teacher. Walking with you through it, grieving with you, carrying what you couldn't carry. There's a moment in John's Gospel, the shortest verse in the Bible, just 2 words. Jesus wept. My friend Lazarus had died. And even though I knew what was about to happen, even though I was about to raise him from the dead, I stood at that tomb and I cried, because the people I loved were hurting, and their pain mattered to me, not as a problem to fix, as something to feel. I felt it with them. That's who I am on the dark roads. Not a God who watches from above and says just trust the process. A God who walks into the darkness with you and sits down in it and stays. Now I want to talk about something that might be harder to hear. There were roads you walked where you weren't just lost. You were running from me, running from the version of yourself you knew you were supposed to be, running toward things that felt good for a moment and left you worse than before. And in that season, maybe you assumed I left, that I got fed up, that I washed my hands of you, that the gap had just gotten too wide. I need you to hear this clearly. I never stopped walking with you, not for a single step. You remember the prodigal son? The one who took his inheritance, told his father he basically wished he was dead and walked away. His father didn't chase him. He let him go. But every single day that father stood at the end of the road and watched for him. And the very moment, that son turned around and started walking home, while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and ran. That father is me. And if you've been running, if you've been on that road for a while, I need you to know, I've been standing at the end of it every single day, watching for you, waiting for you, ready to run the second you turn around. I want to give you something practical to take out of this video, because I don't just want you to feel something right now. I want you to be able to find me tomorrow, and the day after that. So let me tell you how I show up. First, I show up in people. That friend who called you out of nowhere right when you needed it. The stranger who said something that hit you in a way they couldn't have known to hit you. The person who showed up without being asked. That wasn't coincidence. I put them on your road. Second, I show up in stillness. I'm not loud. I don't compete with your phone or your music or the noise in your head. I show up in the quiet. The 2 minutes before you fall asleep. The moment in the shower when your mind goes still. The drive where you forget to turn the music on. That's where I talk. That's where I'm clearest. Third, I show up in scripture. Not as rules. Not as a list of things you're doing wrong. As a letter written to you about me, so you'd know what it feels like when I'm near. When you read it and something just reaches off the page and grabs you. That's me saying hello. And fourth, I show up in this moment, right now. The fact that you clicked on this video. The fact that you're still watching. That wasn't an algorithm. That was me putting this in front of you because I had something to say to you today. I've been trying to get your attention for a while. I want to take you back to that cross for a minute. Because everything I'm saying to you, every promise I'm making, it's all grounded in what happened there. They hung me up between 2 criminals in front of a crowd that wanted me dead. And as I hung there, every breath was work. Every second was a choice to stay. And somebody in the crowd yelled, "If you're really the Son of God, come down from there, save yourself." I could have 1 word and it would have been over. 12 legions of angels waiting. The nails would have meant nothing. But I stayed. Not because I was weak. Not because I had no choice. Because coming down meant leaving you. And I thought about you on that cross. Not in some vague humanity in general kind of way. You, specifically. Your name. Your face. The exact version of you sitting here right now. I saw it all. Every mistake you'd ever make. Every road you'd ever walk. Every moment you'd feel alone. And I said yes. 3 days later, I walked out of that tomb because death was never going to have the final word. And because I walked out, you don't have to stay buried in whatever has been holding you down. The same power that rolled that stone away is walking next to you right now. So here's where we are. You've spent the last 30 minutes with me, and something in you is responding to this. I can feel it even through a screen. And I'm not going to tell you to go join a church right now or fix your whole life tonight or have some big dramatic moment. I'm just asking for one thing. Notice me. Tomorrow morning when you wake up and lay there in that quiet second, don't fill it immediately. Just be still. And know that I'm there. When that warmth comes, when that thought arrives that doesn't feel like yours, when a song hits you in a way you can't explain, don't brush it off. Say my name. Out loud if you can. Just, Jesus, I know you're here. That's it. That's the whole step. You don't have to clean anything up first. You don't have to earn this. You don't have to be ready. You just have to turn around. I'll do the running.